How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now on today's show we're going to be talking about last night's Premier League games, 4 in total and plenty of talking points. We're also going to be talking about Arsenal because Gabriel Martinelli looks like he's going to be out for the remainder of 2020.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is last night's Premier League games. And like I said, there was 4 games in total, a few goals and some talking points as per usual. Now, first game was Everton against Aston Villa. Everton don't really have anything to play for the remainder of the season. But Aston Villa, they're fighting for their survival in the Premier League. And it was nearly an absolutely perfect result for them. 1-0 up. Only a couple of minutes to go, and then Theo Walcott equalises for Everton. Aston Villa, you're looking at, on the balance, and you're going, yeah, they probably would have took a point, despite the situation, given the fact it was Everton away. But given the fact they were 2 minutes away from getting a valuable 3 points, that could be the difference between staying in the Premier League and not. Their next game is at home against Arsenal. You're looking at where they are in the table. They're second bottom. They're level on points with Bournemouth. And they are 3 points behind Watford and West Ham. And they have to play each other tonight. What a massive game that is. I feel that if either one of those wins tonight, then they are going to be safe. They will pull 6 points away from Bournemouth and Aston Villa. And barring a mad capitulation, they will be safe. And then it will literally go down to, either Watford or West Ham, whichever one of those loses, or Bournemouth and Aston Villa. That's going to be so tight down there, man. It's a bit of excitement for the end of the season because there ain't a title race or anything else. So at least we got a little something with the relegation battle. Next up, we have Leicester against Sheffield United, and this was a big game. Sheffield United trying to cement their place in one of those European spots, and Leicester trying to cement their place in the Champions League places. And it was Leicester that run out winners in the game. 2-0 was the final score. Perez and Gray for Leicester, and that was a good result for them. Really good result. And again, this is an area that's probably going to go down to the final games of the season, the Champions League places and even the European places. When you're looking at the Europa League, you've got the likes of Wolves, Sheffield United, Spurs and Arsenal all in the mix for 2 places for the Europa League. And then you've got Chelsea, Leicester and Manchester United fighting out for a place in the Champions League. So again, a little bit of excitement to go to the final parts of the season. Now you're looking at the table with those results. Leicester went up to 62 points in 4th place, 1 behind Chelsea. And remember, Chelsea do have to go to Anfield next. So it's a big opportunity for Leicester, although they've got a tough game because they've got to go to Spurs. It's Manchester United that have got a bit of an easier run in. And it's just going to be, up and down, to-in and fro-in. I don't think it's going to be as straightforward and as easy as some might think. I feel that there's going to be a few twists and turns along the way. But it's going to be very interesting to see who, holds their nerve. And who can get this one over the line. And speaking of Manchester United, they played as well last night. And they beat Crystal Palace 2-0. But believe me, it was not as straightforward as the scoreline might suggest. And again, we're talking about VAR. Crystal Palace have a goal ruled out for offside. I've looked at it so many times. I don't see it. I really don't see it. But the real big talking point is Wilfried Zaha gets brought down in the box. It's a clear penalty. The referee waves play on. and they don't even review it. Somebody please just explain why. Just explain. And I know it's easy to say because it's Manchester United, but somebody please just tell me why that was not even reviewed. Is that Wilfried Zaha's reputation as to why the referee just didn't bother? It was a penalty. Clear as day, it was a penalty. Absolutely baffling. Rashford and Martial were the goals for Manchester United. And they're right on, Leicester's tail and even Chelsea's as well. And like I said, I feel that this one could go down to the final game of the season. Leicester playing Manchester United. Wow. You think how much money that game would be worth for the winners and getting into the Champions League. My word. And yeah, it is going to go down to the wire. But seriously, VAR, man. This is my issue. And I've tried explaining this to some people. I don't think it's VAR that's the problem. It's not the technology. The technology does not make the decision. It's the officials. Until we replace the officials with competent individuals that can actually do their job properly, you are still going to have these problems. Because the same referees that cannot do their job properly in the first place are the same people that are reviewing and looking over VAR and working it. And when you've got the likes of Mike Riley in charge of the Referees Association and whatnot, really, you wonder why there's nothing but problems. And like I said, I think that VAR could work. We've seen it work in other countries. We've seen it at European tournaments, World Cups and whatnot. And it's worked really well. But the problem is, in this country, you've got people that cannot do their job properly controlling it. Seriously, sort that out and VAR will actually be a good addition to the Premier League. Until then, you're just going to have a load of rubbish like this. Honestly, how can you not give a penalty for that? Really? Nah. Absolutely no chance in any way, shape or form. Last game was Southampton against Brighton. Brighton, they're safe. They're going to be in the Premier League next season. Ty's wish did not come true. So we will get to face Mopai again. Southampton, and they've had a decent season when you think they lost 9-0 to Leicester at one point. Danny Ings, he's trying to chase down that golden boot, and another goal for him. And of course, Mopai as well. Yeah, he scored. The spoils were shared, and I suppose both of them would just be looking to get the season done and dusted now, and then prepare for next season. Last piece of news involves Arsenal and Gabriel Martinelli. He's been out for a few weeks now, and we've heard that he's had a bit of an injury to his knee, which he picked up in training, and it's actually worse than first feared. And he's actually had to have an operation for what has been a serious knee injury, and he may not well return for the whole of 2020. Arsenal do not expect him to return until the end of the year. What on earth happened? Is that an ACL or something? And they've just not announced it and told us. From what sounded like such an innocuous challenge in training, and it was something that was going to keep him out for the remainder of this season, has ended up with him having surgery, and he won't be back until the end of 2020. That's about a good 7 months. That's like the kind of time that you would expect an ACL injury to, recover from. What the hell happened? I honestly don't know. But listen, the report from Arsenal does go on to say that Martinelli is currently recovering in a knee brace after his operation, which took place during the last week of June. Surgery was successful, with consultants and our medical team very encouraged with Gabby's current progress at this stage of his recovery. Currently at our training centre every day, receiving specialist attention and support from our medical team. He will continue his recovery throughout the close season with the aim of returning to full training by the end of 2020. Arsenal also delivered an update on Pablo Mari's fitness after the defender suffered ankle ligament damage during the side's first game back against Manchester City in mid-June. Now off crutches after surgery and moving freely without aid, Arsenal confirmed that he had returned home to Spain for a short period where he continues to receive specialist attention and extensive therapy. He will return to the UK later in July to resume his rehabilitation at the training centre throughout the close season with the aim of returning to full training in September. So, in terms of Pablo Mari, that's good news. But again, something that looks so innocuous, and he had to have surgery. But he should be back, around the time that the season starts again, which I believe will be about September. He may not, be back for the start. And it may take some time for him to, bed his way back in and everything else. But that's good news that it's not no longer than that. But Gabriel Martinelli, man. Oh, mate, probably one of the players of the season, one of the finds and, his performances and everything he's done. And we was all so excited and looking forward to the way that he was playing after lockdown and everything else. And then he gets hit with this. Oh, mate, what on earth happened in training? Who did it? What on earth happened? Absolutely baffling. But listen, wish him a speedy recovery. He's in good hands and I can't wait to see him back whenever that may be, at the end of the year or in 2021. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. Did you see that Manchester United game? What do you think about those decisions? Was it offside? Was it a penalty? Not a penalty? Let me know in the comment section. Now, what have we got coming up? Later today, my word, videos are coming out thick and fast. Preview to the FA Cup FA Cup semi-final. I wish it was the final. I wish I was looking that far ahead already, but no. It's the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City at Wembley tomorrow, so there'll be a preview to that. Of course, DT's Daily will be back on Monday. But over the course of the weekend, you can expect to see videos for the player ratings. And we're going to find out what those ratings will be and whether I'm in a good mood or not. And whether we do have a final to look forward to or whether it's just done. Get the season finished. Let's get out of here now. We'll find out. So if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you smash a like on this video. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.